Hi guys, today I'll tell you my experience when I got a Singapore visa. In their website, the data there shows that it takes about 2 working days, not more than 5 working days, which is a week to apply and secure the visa. So the time I wanted to travel to Singapore, I submitted the application. Usually the requirement is your flight ticket, your hotels, your return ticket to wherever you're coming from, and your hotel booking for the amount of days you'll be staying there, and your description of your destination, the places you would like to visit, and then all the minor documents. And then you have to provide them with your statement of account also to show proof of fund that you'll be able to fund your stay there. So I submitted all these documents. I booked my flight. They usually require that you book a return ticket and submit in line with all the documents. So I submitted all these in. The problem there is that if you book your flight and you submit, if you get rejected, if you didn't get the visa, usually that's a problem depending on the airline you book the flight with. Some airlines like AirAsia, they don't do refund for such kind of short transit. So I submitted my application from Malaysia here because I'm in Malaysia. And if you're living in Malaysia and you'd like to submit your application for a Singapore visa, they usually require that you have a minimum of 6 months visa in Malaysia if you like to submit your application for a Singapore visa. So when I submitted my documents, when I submitted for the application, I have all the requirements, I met all the requirements. So I submitted, and then I was supposed to travel on 5th and come back on 7th, which is a 2 days journey. So when I submitted the application, and it took them, I think, about 2 to 3 days to process it. And then after that, I got a reply from the agency. I submitted through VFS. They have their office at Jalan Ampang at Wisma MCA in Jalan Ampang, Kuala Lumpur. If you're in Nigeria, they have their office in Abuja also. They have their office in most of the countries because they are agents that are working with these embassies to process documents for visa and every other consular services. So, and then I got a reply from them. After 2 days or so that I submitted the application, they say that my application was not approved, that it was on hold. And the day that I was supposed to travel is fast approaching, and I was hoping that they had already approved the visa. I think a day before the day that I was supposed to travel, I got the feedback from VFS. They said my application was not approved and it's on hold. So, and on the next day, which is 5th, so I was quite angry because I met all the requirements and I gave them everything they required. So I went to their office there. I was very angry. I asked them to return my passport, that I don't want to apply again and that I don't want to go again. So they returned my passport. They collected my passport from the embassy of Singapore in Malaysia, and they returned my passport to me. I collected it, and then I actually forgot about traveling again. I never wanted to travel to Singapore again. And then on the 7th, which is the day that I was supposed to return from Singapore to Malaysia, I got a call from VFS. They said that my visa was approved, that would I like them to print it out and then I pick it up from their office, or would I want to print it out myself from their website? So I told them that I can print it out myself, no need to go to their office since it's an e-visa. They are not stamping on the passport, it's an e-visa, so you can always print out the soft copy. So I asked them to give me the link. They gave me the link to the embassy website, and then I printed the e-visa. And then I had to book another flight because AirAsia doesn't do refund for such a short journey. So I had to book another flight, and then I had to book another hotel. And the one I spent for the previous flight, return ticket, and the hotel, which is about 700 ringgit, that one was a waste. So I never recovered the money. And the next one I booked on the day they called me that the visa was approved, and then I printed it that day. So I booked for a few days, I think about 2 days or 3 days ahead, and then I booked and got the hotel booking and the return ticket and everything. So that's how I packaged everything, and then I traveled to Singapore. So the only problem there was that I lost the money that I spent for booking the previous flight, return ticket, and my hotel room because of the delay that the embassy caused. while processing my papers. Usually, if you would not like to face this kind of issue, because approval of visa applications is usually 50% guaranteed, it's not always guaranteed, especially if you're coming from a country that requires visa to enter Singapore. Most probably you want to go to reservation website and make a flight reservation without paying, unless the airline can refund you your money if you didn't use it. So if not, you try to find a reservation website that you can make reservations without having to pay for the flight yet until your visa is approved, because you don't know for sure whether your visa will be approved or not. So if your visa was approved, then you can confirm your reservation and then you can make the payment and print it out, then you can travel. Because if you make the payment for submission of the application and then later on if your visa wasn't approved, you will lose the money for the flight and the hotel, because they usually require you to book the hotel room for the amount of days you'll be staying there and the return tickets. Those are part of the documents you'll be submitting to the embassy for the visa application. So that was my experience, guys, and I hope you like this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel, and then I'll see you again shortly. Bye-bye.